Good day, everyone. My name is Danica Onobrisala, and today I am going to tackle SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. So here is the objectives. At the end of the discussion, you should be able to define SDG 11 and explain its main purpose. Second, identify key targets and indicators related to SDG 11. Third, explain why sustainable cities are important. And last, evaluate examples of cities implemented sustainable fractures. So, here is the motivation. What is SDG 11? That SDG 11 is one of the 17 global goals established by United Nations in 2025. It aims to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Number 2. Why is SDG 11 important? Sustainable Development Goals 11 is important because cities are at the heart of economic growth, social development, and environmental sustainability. So, here is the benefits of SDG 11 to students. First, improving learning environment. Second, accessible public transports. Third, disaster preparedness. Fourth, opportunities for innovation. And last, community engagement. So, again, what is SDG 11? As what I've said earlier, SDG 11 is one of the 17 global goals and established by United Nations in 2025. It aims to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, and resilient and sustainable. So why is SDG 11 matters? So first, addresses urbanization challenges. So, by 2050, 70% of the world's population will live in cities, increasing demands of housing, transports, and infrastructures. Second, reduces environmental impact. So, cities contributed to 50% of energy consumptions and 75% of carbon emissions, making sustainable urban planning essential. So, third, enhance public health. Poor air quality affects 99% of world population, leading to premature death. So, SDG 11 pushes for cleaner air and better waste management. Next is protect culture and natural heritage. So, preventing historical sites and green spaces ensure cities remain livable and culturally rich. Giving you interest to an urban planning and forensic methodologies, SDG 11 plays a key role in shaping cities that are efficient, safe, and environmentally sustainable. So, here is the key targets of SDG 11. First, Target 11.1. So by 2030, ensure access for all to adequate, safe, and affordable housing and basic service upgrade slums. So examples of Target 11.1. So diri sa Pilipinas, natay program nga pambansang pabahay para sa Pilipino. So kani siya nga program is nag-aim ni siya to build a 1 million housing units yearly for low-income families. So, para rin ni siya sa mga kanabitang mga wala sila yung tarong nga balay and kanabitang dili kaya sa ilang na sila trabaho pero dili jud kaya sa budget nga makatukod sila balay. So, ang outcome ani nga program is reduces inequality, healthier communities, and sustainable urban development. So, that's all. And the next target will be discussed to the next reporter. Thank you.
So, good day, sir. So, I want to continue our report about SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities. So, my topic is target 11.2. By the 2030, provide access to safe, affordable, accessible, and sustainable transport systems for all, improving road safety, notably for expanding public transport with special attention to needs of those vulnerable situations, women, children, persons, and with disabilities, other persons. So, for safe transport, so it is ensuring road safety to reduce accidents and facilities including better infrastructure, enforcement of traffic laws, and education on safe practices. And it keeps costs low. Everyone regardless of income can access transportation for work, education, and daily needs. And this ensures that transport options accommodate persons with disabilities, older individuals, women, children, and through features like ramps, priority settings, and improved designs. So public transport, cycling, walking, and eco-friendly technologies to lower emission. And also, it improving availability and efficiency, particularly in urban areas to reduce reliance on private vehicles and ease congestion. So, it ensures vulnerable groups can move freely and safety contributes to economic opportunities and improve quality of life. So for target 11.3, so by 2030, enhance exclusive and sustainable urbanization and capacity for participatory, integrated and sustainable human settlement planning and management in all countries. So these targets are under Sustainable Development Goals, which is focuses on making cities human settlement more inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. So it is not, this goal aims to improve how cities are planned and managed, ensuring urban planning must involve local communities, including marginalized groups, to make cities livable for everyone. So sustainable cities must grow in ways that minimize environmental harm using eco-friendly infrastructure like green spaces and efficient energy use. Government, business, and citizens should collaboratively design cities ensuring they meet Neil's real needs. And trans- transport, housing, waste management, and economic development should be considered together, not separately, to create well-functioning cities. And this helps address issues like overcrowding, pollution, poor housing conditions, and inefficient infrastructure, while making cities more resilient to climate change and population growth. So, for target 11.4, it says strengthens efforts to protect and safeguard the world's cultural natural heritage. So, target 11.4, it is protecting cultural and natural heritage, and it focuses on preserving historical sites, projecting monuments, buildings, and landmarks that have historical and cultural significance, and it's supporting indigenous knowledge, languages, and local cultural practices, conserving natural heritage, protecting biodiversity, forests, rivers, and ecosystem from destruction. Governments and organizations should invest in conservation laws, funding education, and sustainable tourism. So, it is matters preserving heritage strength, national identity, and enriches future generation. And many organizations such as us work toward these goals by funding conservations, projects, promoting sustainable tourism, and supporting local governments in city planning. For target 11.5, by 2030, significantly reduce the number of deaths and the number of people affected by disasters, including water-related disasters, and substantially decrease the direct economic losses relative to gross domestic product caused by disasters, with a focus on protecting the poor people in vulnerable situations. So this is one of the targets under Stage 11, which focuses on making cities and human settlements more inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. So specified targets emphasize disasters risk reduction and resilience building, particularly for vulnerable populations. So, reducing deaths and injuries, it is in strengthening preparedness, early warning systems, and rapid response mechanisms to prevent loss of life, and also improving infrastructure, emergency response, and recovery efforts to prevent disasters from causing major financial setbacks, and mitigating such as floods, droughts, tsunamis, and rising sea levels through better planning and sustainable management of water resources, and is ensuring the poor, marginalized communities, elderly children, and persons with disabilities receive adequate disasters relief, support, and long-term resilience measures. Disasters disproportionately affect the poor vulnerable, making recovery difficult. Billions is in damage affecting national economies and global supply chains. Climate change risk with increasing extreme weather patterns, better disasters management is essential. Cities must integrate disasters risk reduction into their development strategies to ensure safety and strong infrastructure reduction are driving efforts to meet this goal. So, for target 11.6, by 2030, reduce the adverse per capita environmental impact of cities, including by paying special attention to air quality and municipal and other waste management. So this foco- these targets, which focuses on making cities exclusive, safety resilient, and sustainable, they address to two critical areas, which is environmental impact and access to public spaces. So cities reducing cities' environmental impact. This target aims to minimize the negative effects of urban areas of the environment with focus on air quality, which is controlling emission from vehicles, industries, and waste burning to reduce pollution and improve health. Also, waste management enhancing municipal waste collection, recycling system, and power disposal methods to prevent pollution and improve sustainability. And measuring, measuring and reducing individuals' contributions to urban environmental damage by promoting sustainable consumption, eco-friendly infrastructure, and energy efficiency. Mismanaged waste causes pollution, health risk, and environmental degradation. Sustainable urban planning can improve public health efficiency and overall quality of life. For target 11.7 and the last topic that I report, so by 2030, provide universal access to safe, inclusive, and accessible green and public spaces, particularly for women and children, other persons, and persons with disabilities. So target 11.7, these targets ensures that everyone, particularly women, children, and older persons and persons with disabilities, has access to safe public spaces like parks, plazas, sidewalks, and recreational areas designed with security and inclusivity in mind. So the next is green spaces, expanding urban forests, community gardens, and green zones to promote well-being and reduce environmental impact. Also, inclusive infrastructure, designing space with ramps, accessible pathways, seating areas, and shaded zones to accommodate diverse needs. So, green spaces improves mental and physical health. Accessible public areas encourage social inclusions, mobility, and recreation. These initiatives enhance urban resilience by reducing heat, improving air quality, and supporting biodiversity. Governments and city planners implement these goals through policies like clear air regulations, sustainable waste systems, urban greening programs, and inclusive parks design. And that's all. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. My task is to report about SDG 11 several challenges. So, there are 8 challenges in SDG 11. First is rapid urbanization. Rapid is urbanization, it means ang gidaghanon sa tao nga namuyo sa isa ka lugar. Then, if daghan na kayo ang mamuyo sa isa ka lugar, nanari gitawag og inadequate infrastructure. So if daghan na kayo ang mamuyo, maapektuhan na dahil ang transportation, power, ang water supply, and sanitation. So if dili na dahil mamit sa matag usa ang ilang gikinahanglan. And urban sprawl is kanang pag-increase o paglapas sa isa ka syudad. Urban sprawl is considered as challenges. It's because if mudako lang kayo ang isa ka syudad, siyempre daghan na kayong mga building nga gitukod, tas mudaghan na sab ang mga public transportation nga mag-cause of increased air and water pollution. Second challenges in SDG 11 is affordable housing shortage. It is stated here that agi sa mahal nga yuta or gasto sa pagtukod, daghan na ang dili mopuyo sa hapsay ug luwas nga balay. Imagine, there are almost 1 billion nga kabos o pobre nga nagpuyo sa Islam. Islam means squatter area. So, agi ani nga ang mga pobre kay di kay sila ka-afford og mga housing. So, mas gipili nilang magpuyo na lang sa squatter. And the third several challenges is inadequate public transport. For me, sir, inadequate public transport is one of SDG challenges because agi sa kakulangan sa public transport, siyempre daghanan din ang mga mamasayro nga dili public transportation, and by that if daghan ang mga sakyanan nga managan sa karsada, maghuot na dayon ug mao'y makakos of traffic and air pollution. And the fourth is environmental degradation. For me, environmental degradation is kanang pagdawat sa atong kinaiyahan, the destruction of ecosystem and the extinction of wildlife. One example of environmental degradation is deforestation and the depletion of fish stocks and multiple forms of pollution. Next is vulnerability to disasters. It is one of challenges in SDG 11 because SDG 11 focuses on sustainable cities and communities. Disaster is the big hindrance in SDG 11 because disaster affects economic and social impacts. Disaster can cause significant human, social, and economic losses, hindering process towards sustainable development. And number 6 is inequality and exclusion. Yes, inequality and exclusion is challenges because when we talk inequality, I think I have observed that there is a group of people like PWDs and children or mga kabus, ang mga tao nga wala kayo access sa serbisyo or naman gani access pero pipila lang din, kulang sila og open spaces o dili kay sila appeal sa pagdesisyon sa urban development. Like what I've said, naman gani mga appeal sa decision sa urban development, which is mapili lang jud. Next is the weak urban governance. For me, as of now, I think dili na kayo ni big nga challenges sa SDG 11. Kay sa akong nakita, diri lang sa atong community, naman gani dili matabakan sa gobyerno pero gamay na lang gid sila. And I think dili na kayo ni sa dako nga problem sa SDG. And lastly is the financial constraints. I think during a part, sir, I agree ko nga big challenges isa because sa akong nakita which is if dili yung kay makaliyop ang government or agi sa akong nakita ay if dili nimo kay aliado ang tanang namunuan from the top paingon sa ubos which is magliso yun og pagpagawas og pondo para sa mga government services or para sa mga infrastructure. That could be all, sir, and thank you.